right, so welcome to another episode of the Siblimps podcast. Today we will just be reviewing our American English. Aisha, would you be a dear as to listen to my catchy words here? Purview, the scope of the concern or influence of something. I thought teaching was only in the purview of those who can't. Neil deGrasse Tyson, a scientist. Neil Young, a singer of the Heart of Gold song. I want to live, I want to give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. So, John Arcelia, which is Arjo in reverse for Arjo Ataide. Pentecost is the 50th day after Easter, the feast day marking the start of the mission to spread Jesus's word, also the birthday of the Christian church. Joel Kim Booster and Bowen Yang are said to be the same person. A hylozoist is someone who believes inanimate objects have a soul. Whinging is complaining in a childish way. Gingivitis, conjunctivitis, gonorrhea, glaucoma, cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia. Jim Brickman's The Gift. All I want is to hold you forever. All I need is you more every day. Gustav H., played by Ralph Fiennes. Gustav is the primeval crocodile. Edmund Cartwright, a UK inventor responsible for the Power Loom, a device automating fabric creation. Fruit of the Loom is a US clothing brand which is mistaken for Fruit of the Womb. Fred and Rose West and Sophie DuPont. Plunder is the stealing of goods by force in a time of war and civil disorder. End Israel's genocide in Gaza. I am taking my stand against Israel. It's got to stop. We're splitting hairs here. Pakanaog ni Senior San Miguel, September 20, going down for Iligan's patron city saint, 9-day novena mass. Hinge is the movable joint or mechanism on which a door swings open. Thus, unhinged is to be completely out of your wits. I'm doing tolerance training. Drunk horny from the cognitive dissonance while thrusting my dick. Sedition, overt conduct in speech or organization to rebel against order. Coal is to obtain from a variety of sources, select from a large quantity. Trenton Thompson is a footballer for the University of Georgia Albany who looks better without an afro. An Inuit is different from an Inupak. A Timawa can often be unheard or misheard, that is, as Tumawa people. So it's kind of a play on words because you're not supposed to be laughing since you're a native. So you're a Tumawa. Kickback, a sudden or forceful recoil. The kickback from the gun punched my shoulder, or an illicit payment to someone who facilitated a transaction. Illicit is forbidden by law, rules, or customs. Win Gatchalian is often mistaken for Joel Villanueva, or can sometimes go so far as to be mistaken for Sonny Angara. Jingoy and Bong Revilla bromance in the cell. The Wawa We Field Sports Stadium stampede. Blumentritt is Ferdinand Blumentritt. An owl stands for ordinary wizarding level or standardized tests. Sully Sullivan is from Monsters Inc. Arraignment is your first appearance in court. James Domek Jr. is an Alaskan writer in Blood and Myth. An affidavit is a sworn written statement. A litigation is a lawsuit. Kendrick Chua is Lynette Chua's brother. Standoffish means unfriendly, distant, and cold. Late onset autism can sometimes be confused for contracted autism. Winnipeg is the city referenced in Gone Girl. It is a city in East Canada, just above North Dakota, and Homer Simpson can be heard saying, "That's it, we're going back to Winnipeg." Something you say to make someone Google it in Google Maps. A Tugan Bridge is a high bridge in Sire Highway in Pasugong, which is often mistaken for Malaybalay. Cthulhu is the New Zealand folklore beast. A blade is to remove something from the body surgically, like body tissue. Belabor is to argue in excessive detail, or to attack someone physically or verbally. A low rider bikes with the base frame near the ground, usually used by Mexicans in California, meant for slow rides and not speed rides. A corneal abrasion and conjunctivitis. Bull sharks are for fresh water and great whites are for seawater, but bull sharks can also be in seawater. Stella Hunter, Jose Nepomuceno is the director of Ang Manananggal, the Philippines' first horror movie. A Thanatos, the Wallace line of Lombok and Bali. Zersetzung is the German way of driving government rebels insane with intentional attacks. The dragon in Norse mythology, gnawing at the Yggdrasil bark of the world tree, that is called the Nidhogg. My girlfriend says that if you love each other, a small penis is not an issue in a relationship, but deep down, I still wish she didn't have one.
Oh.
Plaintiff is the party of the wronged or the defendant's enemy. Acquit is to free someone of a criminal charge by a verdict of not guilty. I can't keep up with myself. 10 grams of 24 karat gold is worth how many pesos?
Are you asking me?
Yes,
I
10
don't
grams of gold is equal to,
I don't know.
can you guess?
1 million.
No, it's 60,000.
Oh, both there.
But one gold bar is worth 8 million pesos. Oh, 7 million. 1 gram of gold is 5,300 pesos. So
The
basically,
chickadee,
if
Phoebe.
you
The
see like a
chickadee.
cheap Android, it's 1 gram of gold.
Oh.
Yeah. Carl McLaren is the bartender in How I Met Your Mother, played by Joe Neves. CDO bloggers are Brenda Mange, Daddy Louie, Cucina Chef, Clyde Vlog, and Al Moralde. George Stephanopoulos can be somewhat associated with Matt Lauer, also a newscaster. Stimming is the vocal or motion affects of autistics. B.F. Skinner is the father of behaviorism theory, or the reinforcement and punishment theory for behavior. Cape Cod is the peninsula in Massachusetts, which is the north of New York. The dark web, Gorlok the Destroyer, Higalaay Kaamulan Sinulog Lanzones Festival Kabaya Festival Diandi. A serrated knife? We're drilling through the safe, as in safe people in the city during holidays. Thimble in the movie Wish. Jude Law is not James McAvoy. A black witch mushroom or other mushrooms you can choose from are fly agaric mushrooms or the linksea mushroom. To mettle is the ability to cope in a difficult situation. The team showed their true mettle in the competition. A vesper is an evening prayer, but in Old English it means Venus. Uncalled out lust addiction in men. Making persona non gratas. Jim Carrey on The Truman Show, released in 1998, not to be confused by Will Truman, played by Eric McCormack, or the McCormick Spices red herring. Blowback effect is also a kickback. You can also say a spell affliction or a cast effect. Budget version, discount version, Eustachian tubes, upending decision is a deciding vote, a Valsalva maneuver, Mount Kilakiran of Valencia City Forest, the Anunnakis, the Fertile Crescent, the ancient Persia, which is now Iran, Dante Bosco, Mennonites are Protestant sects in Canada. Bengay is a Olden muscle relaxant. Ben Cab is an artist in Baguio. Jimmy Savile is a abuser. Dowager is a widow with property. Dysentery is diarrhea with blood. Sigils are symbols. Perineum is not the peritoneum. Joe Calderone is the alter ego of Lady Gaga. Captain Crunch, a cereal with stars. Snooty can also be Matarai. Fibula is the smaller bone in the thigh. The tibia is the larger bone. Mammonite is a greedy person. Warped humor. I'm gonna empty you out. The purging. Innocuous or inoffensive. Explicate to explain in detail. Extrapolate to put in a graph. Caveat. What is a caveat? Is it a stipulation? A condition as part of an agreement. Clairvoyance is the ability to see the future based on your facts and measuring of these facts. Scallywag is a bad behaving person. 20 little leopards laughing at two lofty lions. Despondent means depressed. Syracuse is a New York town near Canada. Apropos means concerning or with reference to. 18s are SB19 fans. Blooms are Beanie fans. Remand means to return to custody in bail. Obfuscate is to render obscure. Flanker is someone positioned at the side of a team or army. Aaron Paul is a bad Breaking Bad character. Abdicate to
And Paul.
renounce the throne. King Edward VIII abdicated the throne by marrying an American who is twice divorced. Happened in 1936. A lug is a fruit container for harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
Maxis Tropical Hot, Yellow Cab, Army Navy, and Pancake House are all Philippine restaurants that you can choose aside from the usual Chowking, McDonald's, and Jollibee, and Mang Inasal. Rudimentary means basic. Epicurean is not epidemiology. Gethsemane is the garden where Jesus suffered. Roger Moore is a James Bond actor. Fred Astaire is a 1980s born Broadway star. Kevin Bacon is the Footloose actor. A W-8 Ben is a contract that you sign for distance work. Justin Nabunturan is a famous Davaoenyo. Micromanage, put him on a time proof. BMF is a song by Saw, which stands for Black Male Friend. Jaded means tired because of having too much of something. A movie color scheme. Mafalda Hopkirk. Horace Slughorn. Hives. Tarmac is an airport runway. Ground and psychic is effective against poison. Carl Jung should not be confused with Karl Marx or Karl Lagerfeld. A pentacles, a wands could mean pens for teaching people. Halal means good, haram means bad. Lene Kekua, mayfly is not a stonefly. Shutter shade glasses. Steve Buscemi, Fred Armisen. The 6-year Lepanto Bontok. Lepanto Bontok? Oh, it is a Olden region in the Sierra Madre regions that got dissolved after 6 years. The fourth largest lake in the Philippines is Lake Mainit in Agusan del Norte and Surigao. The
It's hot.
Manobo tribe, the Tausug tribe, the Bajau tribe, the Tiboli tribe, the Yakan tribe, the Subanen tribe, the ordinary folk. Indios.
All right.
Beseech is to ask someone to urgently do something, as in, we urgently beseech you to show up now using an Ouija board. Preen is to clean yourself with your beak like a bird, or to devote yourself to looking attractive and then admire your appearance. Congratulate yourself. An interloper is someone who involves himself in a place in a situation where they're not wanted. Pithy is concise and forceful in expression, like in theater. Rudy Baldwin is a famous female Cebuana psychic. Pyre is a heap of wood for burning a corpse. The bee's knees is an outstanding person or thing. BP stands for British Petroleum. Anthony Taberna is a PH News actor who is now a restaurant owner who serves dinuguan. Benson Boone, Benny Blanco, Bad Bunny. A mistletoe card means flee plus 20, attack plus 30 for footgear. Repudiate means to refuse to be associated with someone. Miranda Otto as Alison Carr from Homeland. Shish kebab is a Turkish barbecue. Peristalsis is the wave-like series of muscle contractions for moving food. Make Make is an Easter Island god of fertility. Mora coin is the currency for enchanting equips in Japhenia. Justin Bartha is a national treasure actor, or the new normal, or the rebound with Catherine Zeta-Jones. Be- beats me. Peter Dinklage, White Elephant is a possession that's useless and troublesome because it's expensive to maintain. Ischemic stroke is a stroke caused by a blockage of a blood vessel to the brain due to blood clots. An ileus is when the body's peristalsis function turns off or gets compromised. A gallows is a wooden structure used to hang criminals. Unraveling, undoing, frogging, disentangling, restitution is the restoration of something lost to its proper owner. Compensate for injury or loss, independent commission for infrastructure. We need restitution. Perdition. A state of utter loss, damnation, and destruction suffered by evil people after death. Finch is a bird in America, Europe, and Africa. Since you're not visiting, the guest always has to go first. Not romantic after you come first. PCOS means polycystic ovary syndrome. Serology is an antibody test worth 750 pesos. Histopathology is the study of diseased tissues under a microscope, usually for cancers. Macro etching is for etching metals with acids for macrostructural examination to know the quality of beams in a building. The fray is a situation of intense aggression and competition. Three more companies entered the fray. It could also mean unravel through constant rubbing. Cheap fabric frays easily. Derivative is imitative of another person's work, something based on another source. Hare Krishna is a male Hindu god that looks like a girl. A zeitgeist is the defining mood or spirit of a time in history. A tine is a sharp point or prong in a knife or fork, as in a two-tine knife. A boucher is French for mouth, as in did you give boucher to the Americans? Can also be a step up to reference. A slew is to turn or slide violently in a particular direction. The Toyota slewed violently in the highway. Rupert friends laugh. Fandango is a lively Spanish dance for two people with castanets and tambourines. Plod is to move slowly with heavy steps. I'm just plodding on, basically no particular goals in my life. Toni Collette is a hereditary actress, also a Sixth Sense actress. Bruce Willis, also in Sixth Sense. Sean Bean, flight plan actor in Game of Thrones. An HbA1c test is to test for diabetes, which you should get 6% for if you are diabetic. DEFCON 5 is
I'm
forces.
diabetic.
No. You're just extremely lucky.
I'm just a girl.
Forces at normal operation level for routine training. A moxie is a force of character, determination, or nerve. The clothes match the moxie attitude. Estrogen patch, oncologist for cancers. New Mexico's largest city is Albuquerque. Adrian Vergara is the Gaia Sapalukula actress or Bliss actress. Acts of contrition means acts of remorsefulness. Corsage is a small bouquet of flowers worn on a woman's wrist or on a woman's dress. A sod is a piece of grass covered soil or British slang for an unpleasant person. A peel is a rowdy, rough boys. A loud ringing of bells or a loud repeating sound of thunder or laughter. Fawning is displaying exaggerated flattery. I'm fawning. Augustus Miguel Jimenez is a child from St. Mary's School. Josh Gad is a Murder at the Orient Express actor, also a new girl in Frozen 1 and 2. Ho ho shu yi si se wu ma is a Minnan dialect chant, of which the meaning I don't know. I can't translate. It is in the movie Incantation. It's supposed to mean misfortune and blessing depend on one another, or it can also mean death and life lies in the name. Graham Norton, Dominic Purcell, Idris Elba, Jason Terrell Taylor, the game rapper, Jason Vario, Scourge is a whip used as an instrument of punishment, a person that causes great trouble and suffering. A sentinel is a soldier or guard whose job is to keep watch. 16.7 million colors in Photoshop. Amatory means relating to love or desire. Intrepid means fearless. Both are not intrepid. Basalt stone finish on the walls. CBA is a cost benefit analysis. That's all for this notepad. Now I have lots more.
You finished it all?
I have lots more notepads here.
Did you actually have them binded?
No, these are for order in Lazada. It's one whole notepad from China.
Oh, wow. You really enjoyed
Oh
that.
wait, I think it's a Korean. Nope, it's Chinese, but it's labeled as a Korean note.
Can I see what it looks like inside?
Wait.